They say that friends come and go, but for the special few, you hold on. Good evening, chemist in Japan de gozaimasu. Well, as much as this is a response to Sammy's video on, I forget what she calls it exactly. I guess I could look it up. But her video where she talks about YouTube channels that she enjoys and those that, well, as much as it is a response to that, this is really a video for Sammi. Um, because after seeing that and hearing the things that she had to say today, it kind of shocked me a little bit, um, for various reasons. And I'm going to fumble this a lot, so I apologize in advance for that. So if you get annoyed by it, please just turn me off. But there's just been some things on my mind lately. Um, she actually answered a question I was trying to remember. Was I couldn't remember if she was in first year or second year Japanese when I came and met her. I think we were on the same level. I think we were both at 102 the second semester of the first year. I think that's how it worked out. Um, and I couldn't remember. But anyway, that's when I met her. And I think, Sammy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were 17 at the time. That sounds about right. I can't remember. 17 or 18, something like that. Um, but going to Hawaii, even though I was only there for one semester, was probably pivotal in my Japanese education. You know, because I came from a college here in Texas, and this is Texas, and you just don't encounter that many Japanese people. So going from Texas to Hawaii, where basically, you know, Hawaii is almost like, far eastern, Japan. Here in Texas, everything is in English and Spanish, but you go to Hawaii, everything is in English and Japanese. So it just opened up a completely different view on things for me, on Japanese, and it gave me access to a completely different learning philosophy. Like when I was doing first semester here in Texas, um, the class was conducted almost entirely in English. We spoke a little bit of Japanese. We didn't actually like do speaking practices with each other. We did speaking practice with the teacher in the form of reciting dialogue and that kind of thing from a video series. But when I got to Hawaii, even in the first year level, the class was conducted, I would say, a good 70%, 60, 70% in Japanese. Um, so that was new for me. And then we had practice dialogues, and we talked to each other in the class, did practices with each other. And then we got chances to speak with native Japanese speakers, and it was a completely different experience. And I think that had I not gone there, I I don't know really if I would have been able to progress as far as I have, and I really haven't progressed that far in the grand scheme of things. But I was just kind of surprised by some of the things that she had to say. One of the things is she called me a tomodachi, um, and that really made me feel very good because because we hung out together, we were together a lot um, in Hawaii. We used to go to, yeah, Ichibanya. That's my favorite curry place ever, Ichibanya. Um, and we would walk down there, and almost like 4 or 5 times a week it seemed that we would go there. It was either that place or um, the Vietnamese place next door where we have. I always had bao, but she used to have all different kinds of things. It was either the Vietnamese place or Coco Ichibanya, one of the two. We were always going there, and it was one of the best times I ever had. Um, it was also the only time that I was in university that I haven't actually worked. I didn't work while I was in Hawaii, not from a lack of trying, mind you, but I was never able to find a job while I was there. But she mentioned that there were three of us in our small little group, and unfortunately, uh, I am now in the dubious position of being friends with both Sammy and that other person. But as being roommates often does, it kind of puts a wedge between people. And unfortunately, Sammy and that other person are not on good terms anymore. But that's what happens sometimes being roommates. Um, and when I was there for one semester, then I went home for the summer. I couldn't afford to stay. Then I went to a year in Japan for the next school semester, for the next school year, so we didn't see each other. After that, I didn't have any more money because I was spending all my own money to go to Hawaii. I didn't have any more money, so I came back to Texas to continue my education. Sammy was able to stay, and the following year, she attended one more year of classes, I think, at Hawaii, and then she went on, or something like that. I can't, Sammy, you have to remind me of the details. Either way, when Sammy was doing her year in Japan, she had completed more Japanese than I had, and I went to go visit her, and I only got to see her once, I think. I can't remember, once or twice. But she would only agree to meet with me if I would promise to speak only Japanese to her. So we had this whole thing where we were together for like half a day or something, and we walked around and we did it all in Japanese. We walked around Kobe using our my horrible Japanese. She's always been better at speaking than I have. She's very outgoing, and so she was more confident in speaking than I was. It's exactly as she said. She spoke a lot. Her speaking is a lot better than mine, which is primarily the reason that I don't do vlogs here in Japanese speaking, because I never really, I guess, approached the speaking level that some other people have, like her, for example. My education has been very, very focused on reading and writing, and so I read a lot of books, but I don't really speak a lot because I'm not. I always feel like I make a fool of myself in English, so it's probably just going to be amplified in Japanese. So that's why I don't do it. But I missed a lot of the times. With our other, I talked to my other friend that used to be in our group. I talked to him a lot, and he keeps telling me to come visit him in Hawaii, and I don't know. I really miss the three of us being together because we haven't done it since May of 2004. No, yeah, 2004, May 2004. Um, and I really miss those times, and it was one of the greatest experiences ever. And Sammy was a riot going to school with her. She was very young, I think 17 or 18 during that semester, and there were lots of times she was very interested in being mature. Being mature. She was very into looking and appearing very mature, even at 17 or 18. I remember that. And I thought it was really cute at the time. And there were times when you think, she really was an adult. I mean, she was very adult in her behavior, but then sometimes she would do things and think, yeah, she's a kid. But you have to realize that I'm 9 or 10 years older than she is, I think, something like that, maybe even more. But she made Hawaii so much fun for me, and I miss her a lot. I don't know if she knows this or not. Sammy, I don't know if you know this or not, but I think about you guys all the time, and how much fun we had, and I wish we could go back to that all you can eat yakiniku yasan over there, or go to Ala Moana again. I miss those times. It was one of the greatest times of my life, hanging out with you and Chris. So Chris was the other guy. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, all right. Enough reminiscing for now. All right. So thanks for watching.